Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're doing a little bit, another kind of review, but this one's again relevant to me. If you guys watched my video where what video was it? I don't know, I forget which one it was. I'll link it up here. But I opened up the show by saying, I really despise this particular first generation Rode wireless mic because, well, this stupid thing falls off all the time. So if you put this thing on here and you use it to kind of deaden any kind of hard noises in the microphone, or if you're outside walking around and there's wind, you need this dead cat, this little mini dead cat, to clip in here and deaden the wind so you don't get a bunch of noise. It's often been said that audio is more important than video, and I actually tend to agree with that. The more I watch videos, if the audio is terrible, it doesn't matter how good the visuals are, I'll click away. The root of the problem with this microphone lies right here in this thing. You see this? This thing's supposed to clip into the top of the microphone, and it doesn't. And so as soon as you clip it in, it just falls out. And so I've kind of relegated these microphones to just leaving them either for use indoors or for instances where it's not very windy. Now, when I first started doing this whole YouTube thing, I used this. This is a Rode Video Micro, I think it's called. And the benefit of this is that it sits on top of your camera, so you don't have to bring a separate piece or make sure it's turned on. That is a benefit. It's powered by the camera, so you don't have to worry about batteries being charged. And it's just one unit. But the negative is you got this big dangly thing sitting on top of your camera. And if you're talking like this to it, the further you get away from it, the worse the sound gets. And if it's in a very echoey room like I'm actually in right now, it doesn't do a very, very good job. And so, ever since moving from this to this and having the issues with the thing up top, I've been on the hunt for a new microphone. And so that's what this video is today, is there a better alternative, a cheaper alternative to what the new setups are? So let's look at one in particular by a company called Synco. Before I talk about this though, I want to talk about the alternatives. Okay, so upgrading from this version 1 of the Rode Wireless Go setup, there is a version 2, and there's a lot of benefits with that. One, you get 2 microphones, so 1 transmitter and 2 receivers. No, sorry, 2 transmitters, 1 receiver, so that if you're doing something like a podcast or you have a guest, you could have the microphone on each one of the people talking, and you have that benefit. There's a fly in my room. You have that benefit. DJI also came out with a similar thing where you have 2 microphones and a receiver. And with those come a lot of cool things like the wireless charging in the case, and they're smaller and they're a bit better, and they're optimized for digital, which is important. If you guys saw me on Rob Trek's live stream, I had to use one of these, a headset, because you can't use an analog signal into the computer for a live stream. You need a digital signal, which involves this thing right here, a USB-C connector. But the problem is, or not the problem, but the thing to consider is that the Rode Wireless 2, the replacement for this, is $300 brand new. And the DJI version is $329. And those don't necessarily come with lavalier mics to plug into these units. The other problem with this is that when you're talking to a camera like this, you can see these, right? It's pulling my shirt down, it's a big block right here. And sometimes it gets too close to my, like underneath my neck, where I really want it right here where the voice is a little bit better. So, I was contacted after the video where I made a comment about wanting to get rid of these by a company called Cinco, as I mentioned, and they sent me some of these to try out. Now these are very similar to what you would get from DJI or Rode with their new setup, the version 2. It comes in a box like this, if you see this. And what's kind of cool, if I show you to the side right here, if you can read this, is that it has noise cancellation built in. I could have used this, I don't know if you can even see this. I could have used this on my last trip as I was by a waterfall, so that would have been cool. You got monitoring for headphones if you want to do that. It's got digital output, so you can connect it to a computer. And it's got a wide compatibility of different things you connect it to, and I'll talk about that in a second. But when you get it and you take it out of that white box, it comes in a little zip-up pouch like this. Inside the pouch are the 3 different units, 1 being a receiver and 2 transmitters. And what's cool about these, similar to like what DJI does, if you look on the back, there's contacts right here. And so the microphones and transmitters themselves actually have batteries, which you can charge through the side right here and this USB-C connection right here. But they also have wireless charging into this right here. So when you plug it in, it charges, and this case is actually a charging unit in itself. Again, this isn't unique to them, but it is a feature that I like. So not only do you have to worry about the battery itself, you can just plug it in, but you have the battery here in the case to charge these again if you need it. Now, when you're charging these in the case, there's 4 little lights right here on the side. I'll show you a video I took earlier of these with them blinking, and you can kind of tell how they are, so you can see how close you are to being charged. What's cool about this, you know, like I mentioned, is you have the out, so you can go from, you know, from this unit to your camera or this unit to your phone. So let me show you how that kind of works real quick. When you open up the package, you get a whole pile of different cords and connectors. And one of those connectors is this guy right here. So I think you guys are familiar with how the different devices connect, but on a camera, you want something called a tip ring sleeve connection, TRS. So if you look right here, hope I get this to focus, you get the tip, you get the ring, you get the sleeve. This is what you use when you go into cameras, okay? Now, if you want to use your phone for live streaming or digital connection or whatever it might be, when a microphone to your phone, you need something called a TRRS, tip ring sleeve connection. They give you one of these as well, so that's that wide compatibility part, tip ring sleeve, so you have connections that you can plug into your receiver, into your camera or your phone. So you get both of those cables, which is fantastic. In addition, like I mentioned, the digital piece, you get this USB-C connector right here. And this USB-C connector is what you plug into, again, this right here, so that you can have a digital connection to live streaming. So you get those cables for all the connectivity that you need. In addition to that, you get 2 lavalier mics. Now, I'm going to switch over to one of these microphones right now, but I'm going to tell you the benefit is I get this box off my neck, and I can clip this somewhere else that's probably more beneficial to me, that is less distracting to the viewer. So let me flip over right now from the Rode mics to the Cinco mics, and we'll see how they sound. All right, I've now moved over to the Cinco mic. You notice the box is off my neck. I'm using this Lav Mic right here. What comes with this Lav Mic included in the kit is also this little fuzzy so kind of a dead cat for the Lav Mic, and these clips. You get 2 clips and 2 of these because you get 2 Lav Mics. So let me walk through real quick as I clip this up. Let me walk through kind of some things on the transmitter side of things. What you'll see right here, if you look on the side of this, is you've got a gain or a volume button, if you will, kind of. And then you've also got so I can get this to focus, there you go. And you've also got that little squiggly line thing, that's noise cancellation, which is really awesome. On this side, obviously, you got charging or digital, right? Or you got the charging port, you've got a mic input, and you got the power button, which also doubles as the mute button. So you can kind of mute things as well, which is really cool. And again, the more beneficial thing here is that when you actually connect this dead cat to that, if you don't want to use this Lav Mic, is it actually stays on. It actually stays on. Like if I bump this, it stays on. The Rode wireless mic that I have, the first generation, it doesn't stay on. I can't trust it. And so I'm shaking this thing pretty hard. This is a lot better for me. So if you kind of combine everything, the price, right now I think it's on sale, it's $199 on Amazon. Free next day delivery. I think they have a $30 off coupon to make it $169 versus a $300 or $330 option. And you get all the benefits that you'd want out of the other microphones. You get the dead cats, you get all the connectivity, you get the lavalier mics, you get the wireless charging case. It seems like this might be a very good option for you guys to consider. And going forward, as long as this audio sounds good, because I have to double check it, I'll be using these. And maybe I'll even give away my first generation Rode wireless mics because I don't see me using them much anymore. Oh, I guess I should probably note one more thing. They give you this connectivity, this little piece right here. If you guys see this guy, let me get out of it's got face recognition on. This is a USB-A to USB-C connector for the computer as well, if you don't have USB-C connections on your computer. So going back to that digital input, you can use this whole thing. So overall, guys, I think for $169, it's a more economical choice. You get all the features and benefits you want. And as long as this video sounds good, I don't know why you try anything else. You know, unless you just like the brand name or something like that of somebody else. But nonetheless, give these guys a try. I will put a link in the description below to them. And if you want to get some new microphones that have some wireless connectivity and get everything that you need, I'll give these guys a go. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.